What is up, Ridge Runner Nation? Welcome back to another prediction video, and this is a big one. This is a big time prediction video because it's the Bandera 100K, which is a golden ticket race for the Western States 100-mile endurance run, and Bandera 100K takes place this weekend down in San Antonio, Texas at the Hill County State Natural Area. This course features a 50K loop completed twice for the 100K distance. The hills aren't super long, but they are steep and they are punchy. There's about 6,700 feet of elevation gain that runners will face in the 100K distance. Like I mentioned previously, this is a golden ticket race for the Western States 100-mile endurance run, which means that the top 2 men and the top 2 women automatically qualify for the Western States 100-mile endurance run this June. For everyone else, if they complete the race in under 17 hours, it counts as a Western States qualifier for them to enter the lottery in 2024. It's officially time to jump into the predictions. Let's ride. So let's start things off on the women's side, coming in 5th place. We've got it going to a Georgia runner, and that's Allie Cooper. According to Ultra Signup, she only finished in 2 spots in the entirety of the 2020 year. It was either first place or 2nd place in every race that she ran last year. Last month, Allie won her 60K tune-up race at the Headwaters 60K, running 6 hours and 17 minutes. Last October, she won the FATS 50K in 4 hours, 32 minutes, and is the back-to-back champion at that race as well. Prior to that, she finished 2nd place at the Twisted Branch 100K in Naples, New York, running 13:47. This is someone who will not back down from the competition at this race just because she's done so well at all of the other races she's had in the past. This is going to be an epic one. Allie Cooper, we've got you finishing 5th place. 4th place on the women's side, we've got it going to a local runner in Texas, and that's Nicole Bitter. Just 2 months ago, she finished 3rd place at the Javelina 100, running 15:16. At that race. In August, she won the Captain Carl's Colorado Bend 60K in Bend, Texas, running 6:31, winning that race outright as well. Nicole has run the Bandera 100K twice before, in 2017 and 2015, and she finished 3rd place and 2nd place in those years. Nicole, this year, the Ridge Runners, we've got you finishing 4th place. 3rd place, and just missing out on the golden ticket for this race, we've got it going to a newly Colorado resident, and that's Rachel Lemke. And let's throw it over to Rachel for a training update.
Hey, I'm Rachel Lemke, and I'm getting ready to race the Bandera 100K this weekend, and I'm really excited to get out there in Texas. Training's been going really well. I recently moved to Manitou Springs, Colorado from Virginia, so I'm no longer on the East Coast, which it's a little sad, but I also can't complain about my new home. I really love exploring the trails here, and I think it's been great for my running. As for training, I'm really excited about the block that I put together. It's been a little bit different for me, a little bit more outside of my comfort zone, really focusing on this thing called actual running. And so I haven't had much of a focus on vertical gain or hiking, which I tend to really utilize and love in my training. But I also feel like I'm acquiring a new skill, which has been fun. So I'm excited to see how that plays out and just get to Texas. I was fortunate enough to see the whole course a couple weeks ago. My husband and I took a trip there, so I just feel like that gave me a little bit more of an edge, and I feel more confident going into the weekend. And I feel like I have a good plan in mind. My husband is crewing me, and one of my best friends, Sarah Beal, you might know her as the JFK 50-mile record holder, she's gonna be pacing me. So I'm looking forward to spending some miles with her because I don't get to do that. So with her, and then with also the really stacked women's field that's gonna be there. I'm looking forward to following my plan, but also putting myself out there a little bit. So it should be a good and maybe a little bit of a toasty day. So yeah, thanks.
Thanks for that update, Rachel. It's great to hear from you again. Just 1 month ago, you won your 50K tune-up race at the McDowell Mountain Frenzy 50K, running 4:35 at that race. Previous to that, she finished 5th place at the Run Rabbit Run 100 miler back in September. Always a competitive field at that race with all the prize money that race has to offer. She is also the current women's Hellgate 100K course record holder from her performance just 13 months ago at that race. She's absolutely going to be one to watch, and that's why we've got her finishing third place. And taking home the runner-up spot at this year's Bandera 100K and securing one of those coveted golden tickets, we've got it going to Michelle Magna. She is a Michigan native and she has run the Bandera 100K a couple of times now. Back in 2020, she finished second place, securing one of those golden tickets as well. This past year, she finished 8th place, running 10 hours and 40 minutes at Bandera. She's also won the Kettle Moraine 100 miler last June, winning outright at that race, running 16 hours and 58 minutes. A month earlier, she won the Land Between the Lakes 50 miler with a time of 7 hours and 22 minutes. Remember, Michelle finished 11th place at Western States back in 2021, just missing out on the auto entry into the 2022 race. We believe that this is the year that we will see her back at States. Michelle, we've got you finishing second place. In taking home the win on the women's side, we've got it going to the one, the only, the GOAT, if I may say myself, Courtney Dewalter. Is it too early to call her the GOAT? I personally do not think so. In 2022 was another impressive year for her as always. Most recently, she won the Diagonal des Fosses 100K in France, running 24 hours and 37 minutes for a 170K race. Yes, you heard that correctly. Prior to that, she won her tune-up race, which was the Rough Canyon Trail Run 50K, running 4 hours and 24 minutes there. Last summer, she won this race called the Hard Rock 100. That race sounds pretty neat. I think that's a cool accomplishment, as some people would say. Courtney will always be the clear-cut favorite in every race that she runs, and that is why we have her winning the Bandera 100K, securing a golden ticket to the Western States 100-mile endurance run. We cannot wait to see you back at States, Courtney. All right, let's switch gears now and jump over to the men's side. 5th place. I've got it going to a West Virginia native, and that's Alex Miner. All right. I hear all the Coloradans screaming at me saying, Wesley, your East Coast bias is showing through. But hear me out on this one. Alex Miner could win the Bandera 100K this year. Yes, I'm going to repeat it. Alex Miner could win the Bandera 100K this year. Do I personally think that's going to happen? No, but I think he's a lock for top 5, and here's why. This past September, he won the Hurricane 100K in West Virginia, running 8 hours and 38 minutes. Last February, he won the Cabin Fever 50K, running 3 hours and 43 minutes, besting some of the top East Coast runners on the East Coast, such as Michael Owen and Jordan Chang. If everything goes to plan for Alex, this could be a race he remembers for the rest of his life. Alex, we've got you finishing 5th place. 4th place, we've got it going to a California native, and that's Chris Myers. Chris has been that guy in the California ultra running scene for a while now, but my goodness, did he have an impressive 2022 campaign when looking back at it. According to Ultra Signup, he raced 11 times over the course of his year, and the average finishing place, all of his races combined, was 2nd overall. It wasn't even like 2nd.15. It was 2nd place overall. Over all of his races was the average finishing. That's pretty bonkers in my opinion. Last month, this guy set a new course record at the McDowell Mountain Frenzy 50K, running a blistering time of 3 hours and 21 minutes. This guy has one speed, and that speed is fast. But Chris, at the Bandera 100K this year, Ridge Hunters, we've got you finishing 4th place. 3rd place, I've got it going to another California native, and it's Tim Tolson. Since recording this video, according to sources, Tim Tolson is no longer running the Bandera 100K this weekend, and with that, we're letting Ridge Runner Nation pick who you think will finish 3rd overall at the Bandera 100K. Let us know in the comments below. In taking home the runner-up spot on the men's side, taking home one of those coveted golden tickets, we've got it going to West Virginia runner And that's Caleb Bowen. And let's throw it over to Caleb for a training update.
What's going on, Ridge Runner Nation? My name's Caleb Bowen, and I'm from Huntington, West Virginia. This weekend, I'm running the Bandera 100K, and I'm really excited. I'm stoked for it. Just coming off of a really good training block since Canal Corridor, 100-mile race in October. But yeah, just looking really forward to this race. Me and my buddy Alex Miner, who has run some good ultras as well, is coming down. And we're just excited to represent the East Coast and specifically West Virginia at a really big race like Bandera. I think we're most excited about just running against the elite competition and getting to see a really cool course like Bandera being out in Texas. So yeah, we're just stoked. I'm really pumped to run, and we'll see what happens. I mean, the plan is just to go out there and have some fun and see what I can do. So see you down in Bandera.
Thanks for the training update, Caleb. Before I dive into Caleb's previous races, I just want to start off by asking a trivia question to everyone watching this video. And that is, do you know who ran the fastest 100-mile time in North America in 2022? I'll give you 2 seconds here to ponder your answer. All right, time's up. The answer is Caleb. He ran the fastest time in North America, running 12:40 at the Canal Corridor 100-miler this past October, which is absolutely bonkers in its own right. Previous to that, he finished second place at the Hurricane 100K in West Virginia, running 8 hours and 43 minutes. Caleb was set to run Bandera last year, but injuries kept him out of that race. We believe that this is the race we see Caleb grabbing his first golden ticket and heading to states this summer. Caleb, we've got you finishing second place. And taking home the win on the men's side at this year's Bandera 100K, it's a Colorado native. It's Brian Curl. He's my outright clear-cut favorite to win this race, and here's why. Just 1 month ago, he won the McDowell Mountain Frenzy 50-miler, running 6 hours and 18 minutes, which David Roach called one of the performances of the year. Yes, let's just hear that. Just a month ago, someone said that this guy had the performance of the year. That's pretty good in my book, if I had to say. Previous to that, people are always like, well, what have you done for me lately? What did you do previous to that most recent performance? Previous to that, he won the Silver Rush 50-miler last summer, running 6 hours and 16 minutes. Brian, book the flight, because we've got you going to the Western States 100-miler this summer after you win the Bandera 100K this weekend. Lock it in. Thank you so much for tuning into another Ridge Runners prediction video. As always, let us know what your predictions are in the comment section below and on social media. We love to hear your picks as well. If you enjoyed this at all, hit the like button and subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. Good luck to everyone running the Bandera 100K this weekend. It's going to be an epic race down there. We cannot wait to follow along. Cheers.